What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Keeping Up with Horror. I'm Horror, your host. Let's jump right into it this late night. It is 1, 2. Oh man, I thought it was 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's 1, 2, 4, 3, 12:43 a.m. in the morning. Let's get this day started. So, I was honestly just chilling. You know what I mean? Hold on, there's something in the background that's annoying me. All right, that's better. So we turn that volume down. So anyway, I was literally just chilling, just relaxing, and then I came across this post on Instagram. Um, 10 ways to spot if he truly into you or just experimenting. Now, women, when I come across stuff like this, I really do feel sorry for some of y'all sometimes because you can't live online. You can't live your life online, and then you can't let other women's experiences determine and dictate or lead your lifestyle or your own experiences. Like I noticed that a lot of times, we have this male versus female thing. That the male gender versus the feminine gender, masculinity versus femininity. It's been going on for quite a few years now. Um, but my thing is like pertaining to that. I don't agree with the male versus female thing. I think it's just dumb. But I will say that in the midst of dating and relationships and stuff like that, when it comes to women, you have good and bad women. When it comes to men, you have good and bad men. I think I said this before, but what's happening is that the bad women who don't have, and men who don't have no intention on being real to anyone, being honest, getting married, being in a full blown relationship, you know what I mean? Those people, the people that you know finna take you through hell, the people that you know finna BS and shit like that. What's happening is the bad of each gender, male and or female, is like they're driving a car. They're the pilot, they're the one who's running the show, and we only talk about, we only get to communicate about the negative side of things. So you have a bunch of ain't ish ass women go online and talk ish about how they can't find a good man, but you yourself, you're not even a good woman, and don't dang on well that you don't have no intention on finding a good man. You don't have no intention on being a good woman for a man. And it's the same thing with the men, vice versa. Some of these men know darn well that you don't want a good woman. You don't have any intention on that. And the honest reality is that these people are just lusting. And you have good women that's letting the bad woman talk for them. Then you have good men that's letting the bad men talk for them. So it's not a woman versus female thing. It's a good versus evil thing. You know what I mean? So stop making relationships and stuff like that a male and female. No, like you know the type of man that's going to take you through hell, and vice versa with men. You know the type of woman that's going to take you through hell. You know the dress code. You know what I mean? Like now you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but in today's time, judge them books by their cover. Because if I'm a dude and I want a female that's a good rep for me and works for me, I'm not gonna go to the girl that got the a bunch of Instagram followers, tattoos infested, you know, down there on most of her pictures or butt ass naked and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like niggas could jerk off to her Instagram pictures and shit. Like I don't want no girl like that. You know what I'm saying? I probably went to the extreme with some of that stuff, but you get my drift. You know what I mean? Like it's certain attributes. I'll say that it's certain attributes about a woman, a bad woman that's very obvious to men, but because of lust, you can't turn her down. And the same thing with women. There's attributes about a bad man that you know that you could turn down, but because of lust, you can't turn it down because of the fantasy and the lack of emotional control and lust. That's why you're going through the hell that you're going through, and let alone the spiritual soul ties that are created due to the hyperactive sexual experiences that people commonly go through on a daily basis. So I'm just saying all that to say that's kind of like my 2 cents on the relationship things. So furthermore, let's dive deep into this, the real reason we're on here tonight. So it says 10 ways. It's on a spiritual word posted it. It says 10 ways to spot if he's truly into you or just experimenting. Now, I didn't view all of them, but I viewed some of them. But we'll go through them. And again, this is a woman's perspective, but from a man's perspective, normally when I see stuff like this, the woman be wrong, and certain stuff can be easily explained, and a lot of times like y'all just, whew, it's crazy. Y'all go to the extreme with a lot, and then you make it seem like, oh, if he's not doing this or that, then he's a bad person, and he's not in. Nah, because some of this stuff is off. So what I'm gonna do is, from my perspective and from the perspective as a man, we're just gonna go through them. So this first one is, most men don't like you. They just want to experience you. Don't be the experiment and know the difference. Here's how. Okay, so I can't say that most men, because we would have to do like a tally or a pool, for us to say that most men, then we need sufficient evidence to show that. There ain't any here. But I wouldn't say most. I'll just say some. So some men. You don't want to just generalize everyone, because it takes responsibility off of you, because you are still partially responsible. You know what I mean? So it's like it take two to tangle. So we'll just say some men. All right. Come on, don't be afraid. This is the first one. So here it is. And this is from, what's her name? Afsa Rosa? If I'm saying that right. Afsa Rosetta. Afsa Rosetta. And she's in Your Emotional Healing Coach. Okay. So number one, they're all about the chase. What it looks like. He's super attentive, flirty, and eager to impress. But once he wins your attention, his interest fades. How to handle it. Enjoy the attention, but keep your eyes open. Look for consistency beyond the initial chase. I get that, but you would have to actually date him, or you would actually have to like kind of be with him. So, you know what I mean? So like, I'm confused on that. Like, why this one even here? It's kind of throwing me off. It's really throwing me off. I don't know what to say about that one, but it's like they're all about where he looks like super attentive, flirty, and eager. But once he wins you, so in what way do you mean wins? Are you talking about sex? Once he wins you, your attention is his interest phase. I guess he's talking about sex. But oh, I mean, see, this is what I be confused. Look, if 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 a nigga wants your number and y'all talking, he's showing it attentiveness to you. He's showing it to you. This is like, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about this, but I do get what it's saying. Like if at some point the tension just drops, then he probably found someone else to give his attention to. Let's just keep going. But it's not that serious. That's a simple one. Um, Conversation stay shallow. What it looks like. He talks about fun, light topics, but avoids deeper, more meaningful conversations. How to handle it. Try steering the conversation towards more personal topics. If he's consistently staring back to the shallow end, that's a sign. Um, I again, so I do agree with that one, but it's not in depth like that. He might not just, he could be into you, he could be serious about you, but he may not have the mental training or the mental capacity to think on deeper levels. And that don't mean that you just walk away and be like, oh well, he's a child, let me. No, sometimes it's not going to hurt you to have a conversation with them. Like, for example, one time my sister, both me and my sister, we at one point we was in school for psychiatry, and she would talk to me about my responses, certain responses that I would give. And a lot of times what I would do is, so that the individual person could comprehend that I'm comprehending them, when they would bring a situation or a scenario up, I would bring, in my response to them, I would sometimes bring up a similar situation that happened to me, so that I can relate to them. Because a lot of times I'd be like, well, I might have not gone through that, or I didn't go through this, but this is something similar that I kind of went through, so that they can know that, all right, well, I'm warranted in my advice that I'm giving them. So my sister said that's it's two different types of responses, and man, I can't remember, but one of the other is what you call that type of response, when you basically relate something to yourself to to, I guess, comprehend or understand someone. So the same kind of thing. Don't be so quick to just cut someone off because he can't get deeper conversation. Don't go to defense mode. Take the time out to, maybe you take him to the side, like, hey, look, we kind of talk about, we don't really get into the depths of certain conversations and meaningful conversations, and that might switch after that one conversation. He could switch into more in-depth conversation. You know what I mean? Don't just write him off. You know what I'm saying? Give somebody a chance. I ain't saying give him a whole lifetime, but just bear with them. Give him a chance to get right. Inconsistency in communication. What it looks like. He's super chatty one day and then ghosts you for a week. His attention comes and goes. How to handle it. Set boundaries for communication. If he can't respect them, he might not be serious about you. Okay, so I get that. But I don't get how you could set boundaries for communication. So are you saying that he's required to communicate with you or text you? Because sometimes I do that. Like, I'm talking to, I think we talking. I don't know how she views me. I'm confused. But I guess I'll say I'm kind of communicating with the girl right now, and it's like one week, we, and I'm not even gonna say week, but it's like 3 days go by, we're texting, we're communicating, we're going back and forth, and then it'd be like 3 days of just deadness. Then another 3 days of texting, good communication. Then it's like 3 days of deadness. You know what I mean? It fluctuates. Um, but it annoys me because I do like her and I do want us to communicate more, but I don't want to I don't want to pester her. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to scare her away. I don't want to. So I get the communications. Um, Again, I'm gonna just use my own personal experience. Like the girl that I guess I'm kind of talking to her, but I wish we could communicate more. Like I don't mind. I wish I could see her every day. I wish I could talk to her every day because she honestly makes me happy, and I enjoy texting and and you know what I'm saying, FaceTiming, phone calls. I like all that. Any form of communication works for me. Um, but yeah, I do get how inconsistency can be annoying. I do get that, but the setting boundaries is I want to know that is he required to text you because the girl I'm kind of talking to I don't know what we are, but she's not required to communicate with me. I hope she does. I be praying that she does, but if she doesn't, then what I'm gonna do is nothing I could do about it. But I really hope she do text me more. Let's go to the next one. All about physical attraction, what it looks like. Compliments are about your looks, and his focus seems to be physical intimacy rather than building a connection. Make sure make sure there's balance. If he's not interested in your mind and personality, he's just looking for a fling. Um, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I will say, like the girl I'm kind of talking to now, it didn't start off physical. Like, yeah, she's very beautiful, very pretty, but it was her mind that got me. It was her character, her her energy, her vibe, her state of mind, the things we talked about. That is what attracted me first. And once that the mental and spiritual and emotional and character internally, once the attraction was there internally, then the physical came. Then I was all over her. You know what I mean? Well, not like all over her, all over her. I mean, I am all over her, but I'm just saying like we ain't get there yet. But I will be. I will be. But yeah, I agree with number four. If he's just and it's the same thing. It's not 100% because just one conversation, say something to him like, hey, you kind of um you kind of too. I'm sorry, I just got an email. You kind of being a little too. Just tell him, just hey, look, bro, like you a little too physical. Like you seem like you just want to fling. Bring it up. Y'all grown adults. Don't be afraid to say something. And depending on how he takes it, move forward or cut him off, or you might just want to fling your damn self. So it depends. Um, Avoidance of future plans. What it looks like. This is number 5, y'all. He avoids discussing the future or making plans beyond the next date. Everything feels in the moment. Ask about his future goals and see if he includes you in his plans. If he dodges the question, it's a red flag. Well, once again, it depends. Like, how long have y'all been talking? Let's read that again. He avoids discussing the future, making plans beyond the next day. Not necessarily. I wouldn't say it's a red flag. It just depends on how he feels about you. I will say, from my perspective as a man, if I'm into you, then you are my plan. You know what I mean? You definitely are my plan. So that's just me. But it's still not. Y'all could be, I don't know how long y'all was talking. This could be fresh or new, and just, you know what I'm saying, he just trying to feel you out, whatever. It could just be that, because I met girls that were like that too. They didn't. It was when I was younger, but they didn't plan. They the same damn way. They didn't plan nothing beyond the next day. So it's not, again, it's not locked in stone. You know what I mean? Just and a lot of this stuff is kind of like a gray area, because it's like, well, how long were y'all talking? You know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't, but I get it. I get it. Number 6, limited emotional support. What it looks like. He's not there when okay, he's not there when you need okay. He's not there when you need emotional support. He's around for the good times, but disappears during tough ones. Notice who's by your side during both highs and lows. A real connection of ours being there through it all. I agree. I 100% agree to that. Food for thought. Yes, I want to experience the good, but if, like, the girl I'm kind of talking to now, if, like, I think right now she's kind of having some hard times or whatever. So I just sense it, but I try to give her space. But I've had good laughs with her, and we've talked about some pretty serious stuff, but right now I feel like she's maybe going through something. And again, I choose to be there for her, and I'm being as supportive to her as I possibly can. But because she seems pretty happy. She, on the outside, she seemed like she got this, but then sometimes I know that that's what superwomen do, and she's a superwoman for real. So relating to me, I get that. A guy should definitely be there through the good and the bad, both turns equally. Because if he likes you, then he will. Like me, I'd be ready for something to happen so I could come in there like I'm Superman, save her. Number 7, not introducing you to his circle. What it looks like. He keeps you away from his friends and family. Your relationship feels isolated from the rest of his life. If he's serious, he'll want you to be a part of his world. If he keeps you separate, he might not see you long term. Now that's a lie. I don't listen to number 7. That is not true at all. Because, like, right now, the girl I'm kind of talking to, I wouldn't want her, as of right now, I wouldn't want her around friends or family. As of right now, well, some family, well, I'll say some friends and some family, but some friends and some family outside the good ones and the ones that I trust like that, I wouldn't want her around the other ones, because I don't trust them like that. You know what I mean? And then it's like I'm trying to protect us. Before I bring you around anyone like that, I gotta know that you for me. I gotta know that if someone tried to make a pass at you, that you gonna do the right thing. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, like, it's not. don't look at it like that. Like, nah, he's probably, because I'm gonna be honest. I had a girl years ago in the past. Me and her, we got into a big argument because I was like, I wanted to, starting off, I wanted to keep our relationship secret, like not necessarily secret. And let me take that back, not secret, but I just didn't think I'm not the type of person to want my relationship all over the internet. You know what I mean? So, but she's the type of person that did. She's like, if I'm you, I want you to be able to scream my name out to the world. Da, 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 da. And it's like, well, we parted ways because that's not the type of person I was. Because around this time, you know, I was doing all right for myself. And still am, but I was doing better than what I'm doing now. But I'm about to, just a side part, I'm about to do better now than I was back then, especially when I graduate. But anyway, um, yeah, man, she just wasn't proud like that because I was getting a lot of hate, a lot of disrespect, and from people I went to college with, in high school with, and it was just crazy. I'm back in college again. I'm getting my second degree, but it was just mad crazy, and that's why I always like, well, let me just keep this under wraps. I didn't want my relationship to be all out there, you know. So this number 7, nah, I don't really agree with it. I feel like it's just you're being a little much. You know, he could be trying to protect you and him. Number 8, avoiding labels and definitions. What it looks like. He's reluctant to define the relationship or call you his girlfriend. He prefers to keep things casual. Be clear about what you want. If he's not willing to commit, decide if you're okay with that or not. Yeah, that I agree with. I don't like being gray areas and things like that. Like, it's like, what are we? You know what I mean? Because that's how misunderstandings happen. That's how people get hurt. That's, you know, it's something like that needs to be said. Like, yo, if a dude, me, the girl I'm kind of talking to, honestly, I would love for her to be my girlfriend. I would definitely love for her to be my girlfriend, but she seems like she needs time, and I'm gonna give her that. You know, I'm gonna give her that, because I don't want to rush into nothing, and I don't want us to be friends, and then because we rush into something, then we're not. I'm not gonna allow it to happen, but I'm like, if she came to me today and was like, we together, then I'll be happy. I'll be for. I'll be like, I bet. But realistically speaking, we do need, you know what I mean? Like, we do need that in person, face to face quality time to hang out and vibe and see where things take us. You know, I mean, um we have not necessarily hung out, but we didn't spend time but we need to spend. I don't really count the time that I have been with her. I don't really count that as like that quality time, but we need that. And that, to me, that will determine if it's like, okay, yeah, now we're together. I would need that before we do make that decision of being together. So, you know, I don't run from labels. If I know I like you like that, and again, like, a lot of times some people say, um well, I'm gonna just go with me. A lot of times people mistake moving fast with you knowing what you want. So, you know, I done been around this son a couple times, so it's like, I know what I want. And like, again, I just used the girl I'm kind of talking to now. She's the one that I want. Like, I want her. So I'm doing everything I can to show her that I want you. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by, like, I'm not a guy's not gonna play around. Like, when he know what he want, he gonna go get that. So you not he if you are having an issue with titles and shit just casual, he don't want to. Then you probably just getting ran through. You probably just his little sex toy. And if you cool being that, then that's you. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. But I wouldn't recommend it because it could lead to problems in the future. Self-centered conversations, what it looks like. The convo often circles back to him. He talks a lot about his own experiences and achievements, but shows little interest in yours. Redirect the convo and see if he shows genuine interest. If not, he might just want a validation. I get that. But speak on it first. Speak on it first, because sometimes people jump to conclusions. It's like what I was saying earlier, how my sister told me how I respond sometimes. So if that's why I say, like, in psychology, there's two different responses. This response is it's like if a man is doing that, then it's like a bad response. I'll say that. But if he's redirecting the conversation back to him to show you that I've experienced this, so I'm warranted to give you this advice, and then he redirects it back to you, then this right here isn't warranted. Because sometimes, like, I do that. Sometimes, let's say you I don't know, let's say you talk to me about getting hit by a car. You know what I mean? So what I'll do is, okay, well, when I got hit by a car, this is what I did. This is what I did. And then I would tell you what I did. And then I would say, but in your situation, it might be some difference there. You know what I'm saying? It might not have been as serious as mine. So then, because of your situation, I would try to relate to you the best way I could. I wouldn't just say, oh, well, I got hit by a car and make it all about me and then, like, to hell with you. I wouldn't do that. That's kind of narcissistic. So yeah, I agree. If sometimes a nigga might just want validation, which is crazy to me. I don't see how a man could, like, that's sassy. That's like some sassy ass shit right there. All right, number 10, your gut feeling, what it looks like. Something just feels off. You can't put your finger on it, but your intuition tells you that he's not genuinely interested. Trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it usually is. It's better to address your concerns early on. Again, a lot of these ones are like iffy, because sometimes y'all could just be being a woman, and woman, y'all be overthinking this, y'all be emotional, your minds be everywhere, and sometimes by doing this, you could mess up a good thing, because he might actually genuinely like you. He might, because this happened to me before. I promise you, this was years ago, but I really, really liked this girl, and she just, I don't know, she just kept coming with the, I don't know, it don't, you seem too good to be true, and I don't know, I don't think you're this sweet, I don't think of that. She just didn't believe me. She didn't believe my who I was, and I was like, nah, I'm a good person. She was like, I'm too good. And I remember she broke my heart. Because this I think this is like college, and I really like this girl. I ain't gonna lie to you, I really liked her, and she was like, oh, you just too good. So when that, I'm gonna just sidebar on and ponder on that for a minute. When that happened, that makes me think that you're playing me, like you're trying to get rid of me because it's someone else you're trying to get with or whatever. Cause that's the only thing I could think of at that time. But nah, don't be sabotaging yourself. He might actually really like you, and your best bet is to address, go with your gut, but address it. And ain't, man, all these stuff, you can just have simple conversations to fix all of it. So what is she saying now? It's important to recognize when a guy is genuinely interested in getting to know you versus the thrill of experiencing you. Keep your eyes open and don't settle. You deserve someone who genuinely invested in you, not just experiencing of being with you. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. But don't be overthinking it. Don't be being stupid and ruining good relationships because you're going crazy thinking whatever. And you know, a lot of this stuff is just like it's kind of petty. I get the woman's perspective, but a lot of these 10 slides, some of that stuff is like, well, how long y'all been talking? Then some of the stuff is just, okay, maybe you might just be overthinking. And then some of them are just like, well, you could just simply just pull dude to the side and have a conversation with them. You know what I mean? So it's not, it ain't that deep. We don't have to go through this just to get to know someone. It's simple conversation could fix this. And then don't be self-sabotaging it because you had a gut feeling. Like that's wrong too. You didn't build something with a dude and he like you, you know what I'm saying? And because you just wake up one day, something, ooh, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, just out the blue. Now my gut is telling me this. Maybe you gotta use the bathroom. Maybe you ate something. But now you come and tell me something your gut feeling. Now you didn't breaking this nigga heart because you had a gut feeling. Ruined your whole marriage because you had a gut feeling. So, yeah, man. Everyone stay clear. Hold on a second. I got some emails to check. I'm sorry. But yeah, don't ponder on things, man. Like sometimes it ain't that deep. It ain't that serious. Just just go with the flow. Go with the flow of things. You know what you like, you know what you don't like. Don't overthink it. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be fine. But yeah, don't self-sabotage neither. Because if you do that, then I really feel sorry for you. I'm gonna tell you. But that's it. That's just my little 2 cents on everything. Appreciate y'all for listening and watching. You've been listening to and watching Keeping It with Har. I'm Har, your host. Till next time, y'all, keep it real. Peace, love, and unity. I'm out.